Jerry Howarth isn't just the voice of summer in Canada. He's also one of the kindest people you'd ever want to meet. And that kindness is because of that kindness, simply reaching out to a friend who was grieving. Well, that sparked a new broadcast partnership for the Blue Jays when Joe Siddall lost his 14-year-old son, Kevin, to cancer just a month ago. It was Jerry who reached out.
I emailed Joe and I said, my prayers are with you, and I'm so sorry to hear about Kevin, and just want you to know I'm thinking about you. And he emailed right back, he said, Jerry, thank you, I really appreciate that and your prayers. And at the end, he threw a line in, maybe someday I'll see you in the radio booth. And because at that time, the Blue Jays had not picked a successor for my partner, Jack Morris, from last year, I wrote back one line, I said, how about now? And that started this whole process.
When I read that, I just looked and I smirked and I looked at my wife. We were just sitting in my kitchen and I looked at my wife and I said, I might have an opportunity here. And she kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? So I explained the situation and the emails that Jerry and I exchanged, and she said, well, go for it.
Before being diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma last August, Kevin was a standout athlete. It's the love of a kid's game that's helping his father through the toughest time of his life.
It's been a whirlwind, as you can imagine, as any parent can imagine, but it's been a very difficult 6-7 months now for us, for my wife Tamara and I and our family. And yeah, I guess when I look back right now at these last few weeks, or even since we lost Kevin, it's been a great distraction for me, I think.
Michael Stroman is a very confident young man. He's confident in his stuff, he trusts his stuff, but Eric Kratz will be that veteran presence to help along with him.
Until this season, Siddall didn't have any experience behind the mic, but it's his experience behind the plate with the Expos, Marlins, and Tigers that will help him succeed.
One thing I look for in a partner is, are they down on the field? Are they mixing with the players and the manager and the coaches? Joe does that with ease because that's what he did. That's why catchers make great managers and broadcasters.
Joe's first game with Jerry came in the spring training opener against Philadelphia, a rain-shortened contest in which Kevin Munson of the Phillies threw the final pitch.
For a Kevin to throw the last pitch in Joe Siddall's first ever game, that's going to mark something that he'll always remember.
What were you thinking?
Well, it was pretty special. I think the whole connection here with Kevin, it started with when Jerry sent me that initial email of condolences for Kevin. It was on Kevin's birthday. Kevin didn't make it to his 15th birthday, but it was on February 11th, a week after Kevin had passed. So I thought that alone was irony, but then that he had read the article in Bob Elliott's column, and there's just been a lot of, I call them Kevinisms right now, and it just makes us feel like he's watching over me a little bit.
And if that wasn't a sign, maybe what happened toward the end of our interview was.
And I want to say right now, at this moment, as Joe just spoke, the warmth of the sun has just come into this booth after an overcast, rainy morning. That's Kevin saying, way to go, Dad.
And Joe keeps Kevin's memory alive, very close to him all the time. In fact, before each game, he writes Kevin's name in the lineup card, a way to keep that father-son baseball bond intact. Hazel, back to you.